All right, guys, I am Melissa Shaver. So excited that you are on. I think we'll probably have some more jump on here in just a few minutes, but I'm so thankful that you're on. How many of you guys are doing power hours with us this week? Anybody doing power hour? Gabi has fantastic. Gabi has done the last 2 days. You will have me tomorrow, Michelle Harrell Thursday, and me Friday. I'm super excited about that. I was thinking about it earlier. What I love about that is that you get to hear from different leaders, and you get to hear how we each come about it, a different way. We all have different personalities. We all that's one thing I love. Some of us are introverts, some of us are extroverts, and the way we message looks a little bit differently, but I'm really excited about it. And it's part of the systems that we are putting into place. We have most of our systems in place, but we have added this power hour look that will always be with our IPA challenges. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight that I want to be able to share with you. So I hope it's been good. If you have not been able to be a part of it, maybe you work, maybe that's not your lunch hour, maybe the kiddos didn't take a nap like you thought that they would, maybe you're in a meeting, all that great stuff. They are on the pages, or if we do them as a Zoom, which is what I will be doing tomorrow, we kind of do it both ways. You can go back and still have your power hour through the recording, and that will just be super exciting. What I love about it is Gabi gives different ideas. I'll give different ideas tomorrow. We all work through the same thing together. So even like for me today, I didn't get to be on real time because I had a meeting. And so I get to go back and listen to that and walk through that. And it's super cool to get to do that. So make sure that you're doing that. A couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about. Let me see if I can put this down without it messing up. There we go. Everybody, hopefully, we talked about Super Saturday last week. We went through the training of that, but I really want to walk back through that because I want us to understand what it is that they're asking us to do. It is systems, guys. And if you have systems in place, you will be successful. We have worked really hard to get those systems in place. I think that we are kind of rocking and rolling. We did add in this power hour every single day because we've seen it be successful with some of our really strong jewel lines. And so we want to implement the things that are working well. But the systems are everything. And you saw that with Super Saturday when we went through the training and the way that they went through it. And this is it. So I want to make sure that you have it down. It is simple. It is easy. And if you're doing it every single day, take Sundays off, take a Saturday off if you need to, but at least 5 days a week. If you're doing this, you're going to get into you're going to get into momentum. My dog, hang on one second. Hey, Bobo, chill out. Okay, where was I? If you put this in place, you will be successful. Y'all, I'm here by myself today, no headphones in. It is very quiet. I am officially an empty nester and I can't stay focused because it's so quiet. Okay, 3 ask a day. So ask 3 people a day to share a story. Make sure that you are muted. Let's make sure everybody's muted. Quick, if you were not, there we go. So ask 3 people a day. Can you send them a story? Can you send them a video? Can you send them a sample? Do that every single day. Just 3. Remember, Genevieve talked about that. I know I don't say that. Michelle says it right. I don't ever say that right. But 3 a day. So can I send you a story, a testimony? Can I send you a video? Can I send you a sample? That is first and foremost. Second thing, post. Every single day, you need to be posting. Post health stories. You've seen in our IPA challenge, we've had different things that we have been able to post every day this week. The big thing about it is when you're posting a health story, after you are posting that for a certain amount of time, there comes a time where somebody says, okay, maybe that can actually work for me. And the big thing about posting, guys, make sure that you're always posting your health story, even though you feel like, man, I feel like I've told it so many times. We know that everybody doesn't see our newsfeed. Everybody doesn't see our posts, number one. Number two, you can change the way that you are sharing about your story. My story is so many dimensions, so many different facets to it. Yesterday in our IPA challenge, We actually talked about how we felt before plexus, how we felt after plexus. That literally could have so many legs out of that you could do a post a week about yourself, a post a day, however you would want to do that. So make sure that you're doing that. One thing that they always say is do the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of posting is family, fun, life. 20% is plexus. So putting that out there on a continual basis. So first thing, 3 ask every single day. What's the first thing you do? 3 ask every single day. It's got to get in you. Second thing, make sure that you're posting. Make sure that you're posting health stories, because since you're asking, since you're messaging people, since you're having conversations, your posts are going to come up more for those people. That's how the algorithms work. So make sure that you're doing that. Share your story, share other people's story. Third thing, follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. It is key to everything that we do. We know, we've heard it 100 times, 8 to 11 exposures before someone is ready to say yes. Now, if you are asking 3 people a day, if you are posting every day, if you're following up like crazy and they are still not ready, they're not ready to pull the plug, they're not ready to say yes, what do you do next? We've gone through it all summer long. We hit it at Super Saturday, and that is the 3-day challenge. And we have our next 3-day challenge next week. That is where you plug them in. If they're still like, I'm not quite ready, is the perfect time to move them to do the 3-day challenge. Now, we all know that if you're asking and they're saying, we're ready, what do? You get them started. But if they're like not ready and they're on the fence, you invite them to the 3-day challenge. You get that 3-day challenge into their hands and you get them into those groups. Our IPA challenges always come the week before a 3-day. So number one, always make sure that you're looking at the calendar at the beginning of the week. Transform that calendar into your phone, into your paper calendar, like what I do. Put it over into that area. But always know that we're going to have that IPA right before a 3-day challenge. We are giving you the steps to be successful. You just have to follow the system to be able to do that. 3 ask a day, post every day, follow up continually. If they're not ready, put them into a 3-day challenge, because that is where they're going to go. Maybe that's what they need to be invited to. Maybe they needed to be invited to an event so that they can build that belief in them. And the big thing about this, guys, is if you don't believe in the 3-day challenge, you probably haven't been in the 3-day challenge yourself. And that's why you don't believe in it, because it works. And if Diana Sprague were on here, I don't see her little face on here. I know her time is behind us, so she's probably in the middle of dinner with her babies right now. She would tell you what this has done for her team, of growing her team. She is probably the greatest cheerleader for doing 3-day challenges, and she spearheads that for us pretty much every month of doing that. So if you don't believe in it, I would probably have to say you have probably not even participated in it yourself, nor have you asked anyone. So this would be my thing, is not only get into the page next week, probably many of you are in the page because we all don't want to miss out. We want to be on the page, but have you gone through the process? So that's what you need to do next week. You need to get people in there, but you need to go through it too so that you see what it's all about, so that you can start believing more in it, because this is what builds momentum. So that is number 4. Guys, if we did not have a 3-day challenge coming up, but you have someone that you have asked if you can send a video, a testimony, a sample, and you have been posting and you have been following up with that person and they're just not ready, and you don't have a 3-day challenge coming up, guess what? We probably have a business opportunity. We probably have a top of the hour that's about to happen. We probably have an online sip and share, because we have those plugged in every single week. You invite them to that if we don't have the 3-day challenge coming up, okay? The 3-day challenge, what's so magnificent about it is that it's only $20, plus they get a $20 coupon. They're getting their money back if they make the decision to jump all in. It's a win-win for everybody. That's why those are so great, and they see the community in those. But if they're not there, then you get them on a business call. And guys, if for some reason it is a certain day and you have somebody that's hot and ready to go, but not quite ready to say yes, do your own event. Step up. Lead. You will be excellent at it. Don't wait on us. Don't wait for the next thing. Rally some people around. I saw today that Tori is doing one on Thursday night. She went into Passionate Pursuit and said, hey, can anybody be on here with me? We're ready. We've got this event that's happening because it's hot for them right now. We're here to support that. So you step up and do it. Don't sit back and wait for one of the people that you think is the leader to go do it. You do it because you can, because you have the power and the authority. It's your business. And we will rally around you and support you. We will give you exactly the way to do it. We will give you the footprint that we've been using. So know those things. Go to their home. Do a sip and share in their home if it's a brand new person. Bring people together for those events, okay? So that is what is going on. Power hours are this week. If you haven't done them, please do them. Try to do them in community because they're super fun. But if you can't, go back and do the replay and do it on your own because that's super fun too. And I think that it gives you new motivation, new momentum. I've even heard people, they've messaged me this week going, hey, I did it. And it kind of revived me. It gave me some momentum. It kind of put me in a great mood. I'm like, great. That's what you should be doing every day, right? So make sure that you're doing that. Second thing that I wanted to talk to us about is convention contest. Now, all of that information has been out for, goodness, a week now, a little bit, maybe a little bit over, but I want to make sure that we understand because we aren't recruiting that much right now. And at Super Saturday, we were given this magnificent incentive for recruiting. And we have until the 26th, which is Sunday, to get double credits. You have until Sunday. So your 3 asks a day should be really one of your highest priorities right now is recruiting because you get double credits. This is what I want you to understand. I'm not going to go over all the different prizes. The prizes are out there. 4-night stay, winner's dinner, cash, black tie gala, the top 20 earners. You have all these things where you can even create an experience for yourself. You literally can go as far as you want to go. And I feel like they have really blessed us with credits and with points. You know, with recruiting ambassadors, they're giving us down to level 5. They're doing retention in higher numbers. They are retaining, if you retain your rank, they give you points. We're going to talk about all that. You can do anything that you want to do. What I have talked to many of you about that have come to me and said, hey, let's break it down. Let's break it down for myself or my team or whatever, is this. And I want you to hear me, and I'm going to just throw out some tough love because you can handle it, is if you're running for the big prizes, which there's nothing that will thrill me more seriously than every single person going after a prize and getting it. Even if you don't, if prizes don't motivate you, if money doesn't motivate you, if receiving things doesn't motivate you, what should motivate you is to show the success of getting there because it means that your team grew. It means that your team was successful. So if you're like, Melissa, money just doesn't do it for me, like that's not my heart, which I totally get. I heard a training with Brooke Hemingway. She still has so many of her prizes that she hasn't even opened because that's not her big aha. Her big aha is her team growing and her team being successful. And so, but the thing is going after it. But this is where I've had to really talk to a lot of our leaders, a lot of you. You are a leader. If you're on this call, if you have one person under you as a customer or an ambassador, you are leading them. And you need to get really great at that. And you want to do it with excellence. But this is the point. Whenever you're looking at your contest and you've broken it down month by month of how many people you're going to recruit, how many people you've partnered with your team and your level 1s and their level 1s of what they're going to do, is that you really have to look at your behavior pattern. And this is, I've had so many conversations because I know you can do it. Without a doubt, I know you can. But if you have not recruited in the last quarter, the last 6 months, or 2019, you just really didn't recruit for whatever reason. You got too scared, you got too nervous, you didn't want to pressure anyone. That behavior pattern has to change if you have an expectation of January, February, March, and April recruiting 3, 6, 9, 12, whatever the numbers are. Your behavior pattern has to change. You can't have the same behavior pattern that you've had in the last quarter or the last 6 months and expect that behavior to get you where you want to go for convention contests. Does that make sense? So what I see year after year after year is people want the cash or the winner's dinner. And man, I am all in. I will sacrifice my time. I will give up my nights. I will coach. And guys, if you've worked with me, you know that. I give up and sacrifice my time. But if you don't change your behavior, you don't get there. And your expectation is, well, I didn't do it in January, but man, I'm going to do it in February. And I'm like, did you change your behavior in any way? Did you, instead of doing 3 reach outs, did you do 6? Did you double it in any way? Well, no. Well, now you got to double in February to make up for January. Well, I'm going to do it. And then we get there and the action is the same. So I want you to evaluate yourself because I know you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. If I can get out of my comfort zone, you can get out of your comfort zone. If I can ask, you can ask. If I can learn to not be an introvert and to put myself out there and to walk through doors and to get into rooms of people I do not know, you can too. I was reading today that it was saying that there is a study. Ooh, let me see if I can find it. Y'all are going to be fascinated by this. There is a study that Yale University did. Here it is, on uncertainty. And the study shows that you're only learning when you're outside your comfort zone. We want certainty. I'm certain I can reach out to these 3 people because they aren't on my chicken list, and I'm not afraid to reach out to those people. Or I really don't know them really well, so I'm just going to cold call them, and I'm certain I can do it because it really doesn't matter because I don't know them. So I'm certain I can do that. Or, that's where we're comfortable. Or I can make this amount of money. I'm certain I can make this amount of money. But I'm not 100% sure. Like, I want to get to Emerald. I want to get to Sapphire. But man, I'm not sure I can make that money, but I know I can I'm certain about this because this is your comfort. This is what you know. And you have to get out of that. So that uncertainty of, can I really ask 3 people? Like, really ask them, not just kind of see how the weather is. How are you doing? How was your Christmas? But can I really ask 3? Whenever you get into that place of uncertainty, that is where you grow the most, and that's where you gain the most experience. So if you're not terrified every single day in this business of doing something crazy, doing a live, doing an Insta story, asking 3 people, leading on your team page, doing a Zoom call, doing a sip and see in your house, whatever it is that scares you, if you're not doing that, you're not in a place of growth and experiencing and gaining that knowledge. So Yale says science has just confirmed that if you're not outside your comfort zone, you're not learning. Stability literally shuts down your brain's learning center. Being stable, being comfortable literally shuts down your brain's learning center. Think about that. So you want to get out of that. And I know you can, but you have to make yourself. You have to do the hard. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to memorize what you're going to say until it's coming off of your lips without you stuttering. You have to be the person because you know your vision, you know your dreams, you know where you're going, you know what you want to do for yourself and your family, you know what kind of legacy you want to leave, you know what God's called you to. You're it. You're the one that controls that, nobody else. And so I want you to know those things. So for convention contest, number 1, everybody raise your hand that you're going to change your behavior pattern from what you've done in the last 3 months, in the last 6 months. Excellent. Lauren Trevorrow, I'm super proud of you. Lauren has like burst out in breaking through some fear factors. And so I'm super proud of her. This is the deal. On your convention contest, first of all, from now until Sunday, for your recruiting. So everything about you, today is Tuesday. If you have not already like switched on the brain of what's supposed to be happening, I need for you to switch it on tonight. Build your plan tonight for what you're going to do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and hopefully Saturday, because Sunday's your last day. And some people don't work on Sunday, and that's awesome. But Sunday's it. That's our deadline. So you might have till Saturday if that's how you're looking at it. For level 1s, you get 50 points, 2 is 40, 3 is 30, 4 is 20, and 5 is 10. You double those until Sunday. So every person that you personally recruit, you get 100 points. Every person that your level 1s recruit, you get 80 points. Guys, that adds up whenever you have double credits. The same thing with customers. So, and with customers, it's for levels 1, 2s, and 3s. I mean, guys, they are generous of what they're doing and how they're doubling our credits and being able to see that. So this should be your whole focus. If it has not been your focus, recruiting is number 1. Number 2 is developing silvers. How do you develop silvers, guys? Not only do you recruit them, but you get them into the 3-day challenge that starts on Monday, and you ask them if they have 3 to 5 friends that you believe or they believe that this would benefit them. You get samples into their hands, you get our 3-day challenge into their hands, and you get them into that group. That's how you develop your silvers, because all of those people will now be silver on Thursday because they're going to fall in love with Plexus. We have no doubt. We all have our own testimonies towards that. That needs to be your primary focus for this contest. You recruiting. Don't just look to your team to recruit. Don't just say, well, I know that my level 1s are going to do 3 or 5 or 6, and then they're starts with you. So you have to fully commit. If you are wanting your team to do things, then you need to be doing them yourself. And you need to be developing silvers. And we've given you every way in our systems to be able to do that. Okay, and that needs to be its own conversation that I'm hoping I can get to in just a minute. So the people that so this is the crazy thing if you think about it. Like if you recruit 5 people, and then your level 2s recruit 5 people, and theirs recruit 5 people, and you go deep just well, this month we could have done it. We can still do it by Sunday, depending on how you want to look at that. But you need to break it down. It's your business. It's your contest. But it's 1,460 points. If I did 5, and my level 1 did 5, and their level 1 did 5, and their level, and we all said, let's get this momentum together, that is the magnificence of this contest, and you being able to do that. Same thing when you are developing silvers, and you're going to, how many people are developing silvers starting in January and keeping it going all the way through April? Okay, you get 50 points for every silver developed, not only your level 1s, but your 2s and your 3s. Guys, you've got to map it out. You've got to be able to see. You need to go to your level 1s and say, I want you to pull up your list. I want you in your back office, you literally can pull up your list. You can click on level. It'll just be your 1s depending on the size of your team. They need to go through and highlight the ones that they are like, they would be excellent at this business, or they have an incredible testimony, or they love these products and they've loved them for the past month or the past 6 months or whatever it is. And y'all need to start having conversations with them, which is a whole nother training that we've got to do quickly. So that one. So it's super, super simple. This is what you need to be doing. And I want to know, and I'll put a banner out there. I want to know what prizes you're going for. We want to know. We want to keep you accountable towards that. Do your IPAs every single day. You've got power hours this week. Make sure that you're plugging into those. Your events, 3-day challenge next week, business opportunity next week. Next week's going to be February. We'll be having our top of the hour. Plug into the events and put every single person that you have recruited, that they have recruited, customers, their friends. So your new recruits, anybody of their friends, put them into these events, guys. Make your list to make sure that you have checked everybody. You need to be working now, and you need to be having your team. You need to have a team powwow. Who are your builders? You need to have a powwow with them, and y'all need to be working together. So this is what I love about Plexus is, number one, they give us a compensation plan that if you go, you can go really wide and you can go really deep. And that's exactly what they've done with this convention contest. They have thought of everything to keep you successful even past that, of going really wide and really deep. And so make sure, I always say, be an expert of your compensation plan and know how to work the plan. And they are giving it to you in this contest to be able to do that. Also, guys, if you hold rank, if you're gold and you hold rank every single month, you get 50 points retention. So if you're working from gold to senior gold, as long as you stick at gold every single month, you're getting points. Make sure that you're thinking about the retention, because I know some of us just don't even think about that piece, and those points add up. If you add ambassadors in January and they stay with you in February, March, and April, you're doing retention points of 15 points a month. So then whenever you recruit in February, you get retention points for those people for March and April. And in April, you get retention points in May. So say that you've committed to recruiting 10 people. That's an easy number. So 10 people in January, which you can do if you will do your IPAs and really ask people, not just have conversation, but ask 3 people a day. But if those retentions for those 10 people, if you get them in January and you retain them through the rest of the contest, it's 450 points. 450 points. Then if you do it in February, you're going to continue. So that only compounds under that, okay? Do you guys understand? Are y'all excited about that? Okay, I want to see how many people have built their contest plan. Lauren, Michelle, Pat, kind of, okay, perfect. Okay, contest plans have to be built. Everybody going to convention. Who's going to convention? Okay. I can't see faces of some of our people, so maybe raise a hand or something in the chats. Okay, there's April. I'm going and working. Perfect. Okay, no, that's awesome. Okay, so make sure that you're doing that. I wanted to share this. Has everybody seen the scorecard in your back office? Scorecard, Lauren. Scorecards? Okay, Joan, Michelle. Okay, Vonda, I'm going to show you this real quick because, excuse me. Let me see if I can pop it up super quick. There we go. Here's your scorecard. If you go back into your back office and you go into your resources, you're going to find the scorecard. Guys, keep up with it. Now, we should be getting a scorecard type of a points calculator on our dashboard, but I highly recommend that you also keep it yourself, right? It gives you everything, your PV, your recruits, your ambassadors, your developing, your silvers, and then you ranking and maintaining. And it allows you to put what your goals are for every single month and then what you have achieved. So pull this out, print it out so that you have it with you. I also wanted you to see this, which I can put out on our page. This is just a calculator, and I will put this out there for you, that has been broken down by one of our diamonds who loves to do reports, and she's a data crazed person, but she breaks it down of what experience that you're wanting over here, how many points it is that you have to have by April, and then detecting what you need every single week in points to be able to get there. Okay, so that's super, super cool. So I'll put it out there just so that you can track it a little bit and be able to see that. So that's really cool to be able to go, okay, you know, for me to get the 4.9 and that 9,000, these are where my points need to be every single week. And I'm tracking because I'm recruiting every single week. I'm not waiting till the last couple of days. I'm not waiting till the last week. I'm recruiting on a continual basis because I want to develop those people into silvers. Okay. So everybody got that? It's super exciting. I love looking at things like that. So I just wanted to walk through those pieces with you tonight. Make sure that you are totally into all of that. If you have any questions, also, as we're ending up, and Michelle's got a question, 2 seconds. Plexus perks. I hope everybody is looking at your perks report. I know that a lot of our leaders are reaching out to make sure that you see and that you know. It's super easy to look at. I look at it every single day. Just pop it up. Right now, you should only have a couple of names in there, so it's very manageable if you'll go in there and look at it and reach out. Guys, every person that I have reached out to, so thankful that I told them. One of my people, they were about to lose 650 points, and I think that they were able to get the Joyome, maybe the collagen. They were so excited that they were like, I didn't even know that that was turned off. I'm so sorry. And then they saw their points and they texted me back and said, I'm so excited. This is what I got. I mean, I've had such positive. It's probably the greatest thing that we have done to retain, to have ways to reach out, to get our people excited because they want free product. So please don't miss out. I mean, I feel like that our company does everything possible for us to be successful. They so desire for us to thrive, but we have to work it. It's ours to work. It's our responsibility to really see this as a business and do the work, so that we can get to where we know that we've been called to be. And so I don't think the Lord ever calls us to a place that's mediocre or complacent, or he always, think about it, when we are out of our comfort zone, when we're having to stretch ourselves, that's when we lean on him the most. That's when we pray the most. That's when we ask him to guide us the most. That's when we learn so much about his character. Why would he ever put us into a business that looked any different? And I've just thought so much about just the importance of, not quitting. And I think I'm going to do a live on this because I really want to talk about it tonight, but I don't feel like we have enough time because I really want to keep it within the time frame. But it's easy to quit, to say, okay, I'm done, to say, man, I don't want to have another no. And I think we're missing out on what God wants us to see and what he's doing under the surface and how he's building our character and how he wants us to trust him and to believe, and to know his truths. And so I want us to really rally together to be able to see what it is that God's calling us to do and to impact. I love impact producing activity. You have been given the privilege to be able to impact lives. Don't miss out on that. Okay, Michelle, do you want the recording to stay on or do you want me to turn it off?
You can turn it off.
Okay.